Okay, welcome back to Rimworld, episode 2. Fast forward. As you can see, we are flying along. Um, by the looks of it, we're doing pretty well. Finally, very quickly actually got hydroponics research. That's one of the key things. I always try to build the hydroponics very soon because you end up having all these food shortages as your colony grows really large, and the hydroponics work most of the time. I think there might be a bug with this version because whenever I click on the plants in the hydroponics bay, it always says they're not growing overnight. I don't know why that is. Technically they should just be growing all the time, so they always used to. I don't know if that's a balance fix or something like that. But yeah, everything. The hydroponics are good. I always try to get them first. And I've got my first prisoner as well. There's some sort of tribeswoman, tribesperson. We try to always just go straight on and get, as soon as you can get an extra person, get them, because you are gonna need everyone. At this stage, I think I'm just trying to gather as many resources as possible. Metal is obviously quite key, although I do find stone is probably the next big thing, and I think I'm going to do that research soon, because I need to start getting some stone, because if you can build stone walls, you can basically send the enemy in, because they won't naturally attack stone walls just by themselves, it seems, and if there are other targets around, they won't attack the stone walls. So I've got myself in a great position here, because I can, I've got this little area I can stick them, they'll come into one area, so I can set up my turrets in a kill zone and have them just walk through a door and get killed. And that tactic will work great for most situations. Obviously, though, there are some issues later, down the line. But those can be dealt with in other ways. Yeah, we try to build. You can see those blue doors are the powered version. Those are the those are much better to have, especially you only want to have them in areas though where people will walk frequently. You don't want to have them where people aren't going to go too often, like in this case the hydroponics bay. You don't really need, they only go in there to plant them and then go in there to harvest. It's not that often, but you can see where we're moving in and out, gathering resources to cook and to butcher, as it seems. Oh yeah, setting these up for the first time. So hunting is something that I don't really do too often normally. I try to do it more this playthrough than before. It's mainly if you want to cook lavish meals, which is the second tier of meal. The 3 tiers, you have like the basic one, which is okay, and then lavish, and then I've never managed to get a cook who's good enough to cook the fine meals, so I've never done those ones. Or I think it's fine meal. I'm not quite sure on the names, I just know there's 3 levels. But simple meals, good enough. Better than nutrient paste. They really do not like eating nutrient paste. And my key for this playthrough as well was to keep people happy, as happy as possible, because there are some events which trigger, and they either say they affect different genders sometimes. So you get the drone, which affects an entire gender, say all the male population or all of the female population, and they just basically makes them insane. They start attacking you. So what I found is trying to keep people as happy as possible is a key thing at the moment. If luckily those sorts of events don't happen until a little bit mid game. Yeah, they can happen early, obviously. But I'm on such a low difficulty that it's not going to happen until mid to late. So yeah, getting on with the research. I like to dedicate one person to research. Obviously we've got a guy who I obviously missed when that happened. kind of difficult to narrate everything that's going on a 300% speed footage. I'm doing my best to try to keep things as coherent as possible. But anyway, we've got a guy, extra guy. I always set up custom priorities for things now. I've gotten to that point where I've played enough of this that I can comfortably do that. I wouldn't recommend setting custom priorities if you're early, like new to the game. You want to keep things simple for yourself while you learn the mechanics and the more fine. I don't know what the word is. The finer grained, the micro management stuff until you get really used to that. Until you get used to like some of the weirder mechanics. The thing I like about this game is that you can do a lot of, it's an open, sort of like a playground almost, with a goal in mind, survival. But you can build what you want. You can do things as stupid as you like as well, which is I always like the opportunity to be as stupid as I want to be. Although you do end up having to micromanage a lot more than any other simulation game. So, for instance, if you're being attacked, you don't just push a button that says, "Oh, everybody arm yourself" or whatever, like you would in, say, Evil Genius or something like that, which is probably the closest thing to this game, I would think. Obviously, there's Dungeon Keeper, but that's I like to think of Evil Genius as a bit closer to it. It does seem a little bit on the same level. Then again, maybe there's a game I haven't played which is more similar, but it doesn't matter. Evil Genius was a good game, but it was, it wasn't even a good game, it was a very average game. It was had a lot of flaws. Basically, it didn't have all of this cool stuff you could do, where you could have all these different scenarios play out, and all this AI stuff happening, which is really cool. Yeah, so it looks like our town is named Aquaman. I always name them after superheroes. I've had quite a few Batmans and Spider-Mans. But yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty good. Looks like that's it. I'll see you guys next time.